Summer is officially 90 days away, and you're freaking out because up until this point, you've been big backing it up. Who was once almost 300 pounds and has now cut their body weight in half, here is what I would do to make the most out of these next 90 days. But before we get into today's video, if you've never seen my face before, hey girl, hey, my name is Janae and I make a lot of content focused on fitness, wellness, and self-development and helping you and I live our best healthy and active lives. So if that sounds like something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're following me on TikTok and Instagram. I post a lot of different content over there. Like this video if you are here for the fitness, the wellness, and the weight loss tips, and comment down below and let me know what is your next 90 days going to look like. The time to start evaluating it is right now, sis. Now on this channel, we're taking a sustainable approach to weight loss, fitness, and overall wellness. Hearing you only have 90 days until summer may actually be very demotivating for you, and I get it. I used to once use those same scare tactics to try to push me and motivate me, and it never worked. It never did. But think of it this way. You set goals at the beginning of the year. Quarter 1 is done and quarter 2 is right around the corner. So this is the perfect time to reevaluate your systems, your routines, and your goals. And if you want more information on systems and routines, I do have a video on this. I'll link it in the cards above. Most people abandon their New Year's resolution by the second Friday in January. It's known as Quitter's Day. And a large percent continues to fail by February and into March. The top 4 reasons for failure is unrealistic goals, lack of motivation, lack of a plan, and giving up too easily. And we're gonna circle back around to this at the end of the video. But that time has now passed us. There's no reason to beat yourself up over it. And now that we've done some self-reflection, here is what I would do in these next 90 days to get back on track with my weight loss and my fitness. Now, as always, this is never medical advice. This is just what I would do. I always stress to you guys to go see your doctor and your registered dietitian, especially to make sure if you have internal issues that's making your journey a bit difficult. Nutrition. Go to the tdeecalculator.net, put in your stats, and subtract 500 calories. And I have an entire video talking about how to figure out and understand your calorie deficit, so I'll link it in the cards above. Get a food scale because it's not enough to know what your calorie deficit is if you're not weighing your food. And I'll link the food scale that I'll use in the description box below for y'all. Speaking of which, you need to track your food that you are now weighing. Go download MyFitnessPal, it's free, and that way you can stay on top of your calories and your macros. Speaking of macros, stick to some form of diet. I personally follow a high protein and a high fiber diet. Those two, that combination is the game changer when it comes to keeping me full and satisfied and minimizing my cravings, my snackings, and all that stuff. I keep it simple and I set my protein at my goal weight, which is 150 pounds, so 150 grams. I make my fat 30% of my overall calories for the day. The rest of my calories for the day is carbs. And from those carbs, I pay attention to the fiber and make sure that it's high. And I pay attention to the added sugar and make sure that it is low. And in MyFitnessPal, you can customize your calorie intake along with your macros. And I explain all that in the calorie deficit video. Now, what to eat. I have a full grocery list video posted. I'll link it in the cards above, but it is showing you everything that you need to pay attention to when you're at the grocery store. As far as some high protein items, low carb items, high fiber items, low to no added sugar items. I like to call these smart swaps. Smart swaps has been a game changer in my routine. It makes volume eating easier. Volume eating is when you're intaking lower calorie stuff, but you can eat more of it because it is a lower calorie. And it makes my calorie deficit easier. So now you have calorie deficit, weighing your food, tracking your food, paying attention to your macros. And you can follow me on my TikTok and Instagram. I'm always posting recipes for you guys, whether that's a breakfast idea, a lunch idea, a dinner idea. If you're a busy wife and mom like me, I make things simple. That way you can eat the same meals that your family is eating because y'all are all eating healthy and it's not going to taste nasty because I don't do nasty food, okay? I also have some sweet treat recipes because we all still have a little sweet tooth and some drink ideas. Fitness. We're only hitting the gym 3 times per week at an hour at a time. You need to build that muscle so you can lean out and look snatched. And it doesn't take much to do just that. At minimum, all you need is 3 total body workouts. You can split this up for Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, whatever works for your schedule. Each day is total body, but it will have a focus. So day A is back focused, but still total body. Day B is arm focused, but still total body. And day C is leg focused, but still total body. And each day only has 5 exercises that you're gonna be doing. Each exercise you're gonna do 4 times. And within that 1, 2, 3, and 4th time, you're gonna do 8 to 12 sets, however much you wanna do. The more, the merrier. The point is to lift heavy, sis. No more of these little weights to tone your body. No, the way you need to tone your body is lift heavy so you can get stronger. So week over week, you may start off with 50 pounds. And then you realize, this is light. Move up. You may start off with 10 pounds for your arms. Then you realize, this is light. Move up. Some examples on what you can do for back day. Hack squat, lat pull down, rear deltoid, Arnold press, and preacher curl. And you can add a little core at the end if you want. For your arm day, you can do the leg curl, the cable row, chest press, bicep curl, and tricep curl. And again, a little bit of core if you want. And for your leg day, you're gonna do deadlifts, overhead press, calf raise, leg extensions, and push-ups. And again, a little bit of core if you want. I have an example of a 3-day video split that is total body focus. I'll link it in the cards above. Cardio, 60 minutes, bare minimum walking and getting those 10,000 steps in per day. And now it doesn't have to be 60 minutes straight through. You can break this up throughout the day. So go on your morning walk. When you're walking the dog or getting the kids to the bus stop, make that 10 minutes. On your lunch break, make that 20 minutes. At the end of dinner, make that 30 minutes. There goes an hour right there. Now you can do whatever cardio you want, whatever you like to do, but this is the simplest thing that you can do and the easiest thing that you can break up throughout the day. Bonus things that you can pay attention to, sleep. I know you're not sleeping, sis. I know you're staying up late, scrolling, getting up early, you're tired, you probably only got 5 hours of sleep. Enough. And that's me talking to myself, because if y'all watch my Discipline Diary series, then you know I'm always complaining about my sleep. But it's time to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. The more well slept you are, the less cravings you're going to have and the less you're going to eat naturally. There are sleep and hunger hormones that trigger each other, especially when you are not getting a good quality sleep or enough hours. So think about that. The next time you had a lack of sleep and you're craving all day and your hunger is out of control, it's most likely because you didn't have good sleep. Water. Make it simple. Drink half of your body weight in ounces of water. For me, that's 88 ounces because I'm 167 pounds. What is it for you? And that is bare minimum. So now let's circle back to the 4 reasons of failure. As you can see, we're not setting any goals. We're not setting any goals. That's not the point of these next 90 days. You did that at the beginning of the year and that didn't go nowhere. So no goals. It's all about compliance. It's all about focusing on building your foundation and your habits. The motivation is you, sis. It's you. Those quiet thoughts we dare not to speak out loud, that guilt that we feel knowing that we haven't moved our body in days, that you shouldn't be eating this, that you're overstuffing yourself, that maybe you need to seek therapy. That's who you're doing it for you. You now have a solid but basic plan. Now it's just time to do it. And there is no reason to give up. You're not in a severe calorie deficit. It's only 500 calories, making it easier to stick to. Now, let me give you an example. You go to the TDEE, you're a woman who is 30, who weighs 220 pounds, who is 5'5". And now you put in your stats so that you can see what your maintenance calories is gonna be, so you can subtract 500 calories. At a sedentary life, your calories for maintenance is 2,063. That means a 500 calorie deficit is 1,563. And this is at a sedentary life, which means you're not doing anything. You're barely getting in 3,000 steps and you're not doing any workouts at all. But you're gonna be following this plan. So let's take that same girl, same stats. Now, instead of sedentary, she is at a moderate level of exercise because she's getting 3 weight training sessions in, and she's also getting 10,000 steps per day, which means now her maintenance calories is 2,664. At a 500 calorie deficit, she can still eat 2,164 calories. You see how when you move your body more day to day, you are allowed to eat more, but still be in a calorie deficit? So the choice is yours. You can either do nothing, barely get any steps in, and eat 1,500 calories and may possibly be feeling starving and lose weight still. And obviously, if you have any medical disorders or physical disorders that's keeping you from moving, then that's fine. You can still lose weight at 1,500 calories. But if you are an able body, if you can move your body, if you can get to the gym 3 times a week for an hour, if you can walk your 10,000 steps and get an hour of cardio in per day, you can eat more, making your calorie deficit easier and still losing weight. Clock that T. Now remember, you need to be honest with yourself. You can't up your calories saying that you're gonna be moving, I'm gonna get my 10,000 steps in, I'm gonna go to the gym, so I'm gonna eat my 2,100 calories, but you're not actually doing that. You're not actually moving, and the scale ain't moving either. Don't come back and blame me. You need to make sure you're being honest with yourself and getting your movement in. If not, that is okay. Just be mindful. Be mindful of your activity level. Also, your deficit shouldn't be hard because I gave you a grocery list of all of the things you can swap out that is still going to satisfy your taste buds, minimize your cravings, things that's easy for your family, so that it doesn't feel like a sacrifice. I still enjoy rice, pasta, meat, sweet treats, juice, soda, my sugary coffees. I just choose foods that's going to be smart and work with me, my calorie deficit, and my macros. And now you can too. There's also no reason to give up because it's only 3 workouts per day, so you're getting proper rest in between those days. It's only walking in 10,000 steps. You've set no goals, so there is nothing stressing you out, which also means there's nothing to give up on. You're drinking your water, you're getting your rest, you're minding your business. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you a little bit of a guide to get back on track with what it is that you want to do on your journey, so that maybe at the start of Q3, you can start putting in some goals because you have now built a nice solid foundation. It's habits, it's second nature, it's part of your routine. It's light work to you now. So now you can add on those goals. Make sure you're checking back in with me, whether it's on my TikTok, my Instagram, or right here in this comment section, and let me know how things are going with you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon. That way you're notified every single time I post a new video. Make sure you're following me on TikTok and Instagram. On TikTok, I'm always hosting lives and answering your questions in a moment. And on Instagram, I'm always super active in my stories. This is where you're seeing what I'm doing day to day and in the moment. And I also have a broadcast channel. They end up knowing the tea first, so make sure you're following me over there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.